Welcome to today's session. Today we will discuss about Golconda Fort, where it is located, and associated dynasties with the Golconda Fort. And the second topic is Indian Space Association. We will also discuss about similar institutions. And the third topic is special drawing rights or STR of IMF. We will discuss why reforms are needed and what is IMF and the functions of IMF. And the last topic is hypersonic missiles. We'll discuss whether India has its capability and what we mean by hypersonic systems. Moving on to the first topic, it's Golconda Fort. It was in the news because we are now trying for getting World Heritage Tag for the Golconda Fort and Qutub Shahi tombs. Telangana's Ramappa temple got World Heritage Tag last year, so there's high chance that we can get for these forts and tombs also. This is how Golconda Fort looks like. Golconda Fort lies in the western parts of Hyderabad city. During 11th century, it was only a mud fort and it was known as Mangal. It was under Raja of Warangal, and later it was fortified during Bahmani kingdom and Qutub Shahi kingdoms. And the Naya Killa is just an extension of Golconda Fort in the Hyderabad city itself. So we also need to know the dynasties associated with Golconda area itself. So during the 12th century or beginning of the 11th century till 1323, that is during till the Khilji period, Kakatiya dynasty ruled here in this area. And after Tughlaq period, from about 1347 till 1526, Bahmani kingdom ruled this area. And after disintegration of Bahmani kingdom, many Deccan sultanates were formed and Qutub Shahi kings ruled from Golconda. We need to remember that. Moving on to next topic. The next topic is Indian Space Association. First thing to notice that it is an industry association and not a organization of government or something. It's an industry association. And then the next thing we need to note that both domestic and global corporations are there. In prelims, they can give a statement that it is represented by only by leading domestic corporation. It's not like that. Both domestic and global is there. And we need to remember tagline now. UPSC is increasingly asking fact-based questions. So, Bhumandal se Brahmand tak is the tagline of the Indian Space Association. That means Earth till universe. Also, look into the founding members. In case a statement or a match the following or some odd one out or something asked, we can answer. There are also similar association like Indian Space Association. The first two in this, both Andrix and NSIL are commercial arms of ISRO. Andrix markets ISRO service to foreign companies and institutions. NSIL engages in capacity building of domestic private entities, and in space acts as a facilitator between ISRO and private entities. It regulates how the private entities uses ISRO's resources, etc. And at the last, we can always write this 4 pillars of space reforms if anything is asked in mains about space and its new reforms and how it should be done in case of India, etc. So we need to write it has 4 pillars. We can show it as in a diagrammatic way. So it includes government as enabler, freedom of innovation for private players, preparing youngsters for future, and like this using this space as a resource for progress of common man. So these are the four pillars. We can write it during mains. The third topic is special drawing rights of IMF and its reforms. Before going to SDR or the reforms, we need to have an understanding of what is an IMF. IMF was formed during the Bretton Woods Conference in 1944, in which IBRD, which became World Bank, and GARD, which later became WTO, was also discussed. And these are both World Bank and IMF are known as Bretton Woods institutions or Bretton Woods twins. If we for having being part of IBRD, we need to be a member of IMF. Take note of that one. And next, we need to look into the governing structure of IMF. It has a board of governors, which includes finance ministers or governors of the central bank of its members, and it has an executive board, 24-member executive board, which is elected, and it has a managing director, who is headquartered at Washington. IMF's functions include surveillance of the global, national, and regional economic conditions, and it helps members by financially assisting them during balance of payment crisis and any economic crisis. And it also gives them technical assistance, training, and advice. So now moving on to this SDR or special drawing rights. It is a mechanism by which IMF can help members financially during any crisis. It is not a currency, neither a claim. If someone says SDR is a currency, it is not right, nor a claim on IMF, but it has a basket of currencies which include US dollar, euro, Chinese renminbi, Japanese yen, and pound sterling of Britain. And this value of SDR is the weighted average of all these things, and the weightage is in this order itself, like with US dollar having the highest weightage. And how does this SDR is allocated to different countries is determined by a quota system, and this quota is like another calculation using size of the economy, like GDP, openness of the economy, economic variability, and foreign reserves. These all things determine quota, and the country which has higher quota will have to contribute more for this one, and they in turn will get more voting power. And when SDR is allocated, corresponding quota will be allocated to these countries. But this particular system has a criticism, like mainly in quota reforms, we say the BRICS countries has almost 20% of global GDP, one by fifth of global GDP, 2 by fifth of the people lives here. Still, the percentage of the quota received by the BRICS countries is very low. Like India has the quota of about 2.7 something percentage, while Russia also has similar percentage, while US alone has 17.7 percentage. So they have more rights. So nothing can be decided without America's approval. And there is also clamor for governance reforms, for selecting this managing director, etc. So there is also other criticism regarding IMF, like many times they have failed in detecting economic crisis at an earlier stage in Europe, in Mexico, etc. So when there is a crisis, this SDR is given to poor countries at an higher interest rate, which is not sustainable for them, while the richer countries getting richer and getting more SDRs. And to democratize this financial international financial system. Now this ASEAN is coming with Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, and BRICS are coming with BRICS Bank like New Development Bank, etc. So we need to be aware of all these things. Now moving on to the last topic, hypersonic missiles. China has tested a hypersonic missile, and which was super secret and which went around, revolved around Earth and went to strike the target in like with some mistake. So we need to understand what is hypersonic. If a thing moves in 5 to 10 Mach speed, then it is called as hypersonic. Then what is Mach? Mach is when a thing is speed of light, like a speed of sound. Sorry. Okay, if a system or a thing moves at below the speed of sound, it is called as subsonic, and if it moves like till 5 times the speed of sound, then it is called as supersonic, and if it moves from at a speed of 5 to 10 times the speed of sound, it is called as hypersonic. And there are other classification also. Please look into that one. Does India have such tech capability? Now China has tested, it is in the news. So do we have? Yes, we do have. Like we have all DRDO has already tested hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle successfully last year. So we do have. If a statement comes that India doesn't have such a capability, then it is wrong. And if in the opposite, if it comes, it is true. It uses Scramjet, which is an improved version of Ramjet. I think we have discussed Scramjet and Ramjet in the recent session before. So please look into that. That's all for today. Thank you.